Hello, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in again. So, today I have a new and important person here to chat with today. So, she is Mama Lizzie. We all refer to her as Tante Lizzie, and she has been in Germany for a while. So, she came from Ghana, and today I want us to listen to her experience and to learn something new from whatever that she's about to tell us today. So I hope you enjoyed this section, and let's start with the questions. So I know you have an interesting story to share, and I'm very excited to have this session with you today. So what made you come to Germany in the first place? Or the first time you came to Germany, what motivated you to come here?
That's very interesting story. And you brought my mind way back. My first step here was, I don't know how to call it. I was just excited to know how Germany is like and what's going on there. So I didn't actually plan to come here to stay. I just came for a visit. It was my sister-in-law, Mrs. Lehman, who visited us in Ghana. May she rest in peace. And just looking at me, she told me she just feel she likes me, and she feel like the way I hosted her. She too, she want to host me. I thought she was joking. But before she left the soil of Ghana, she made sure she went to the embassy and they made an arrangement for me to come over for a visit. So my first step here was to visit, not more than 6 to 3 months to go back.
So what happened during the time in Germany?
During my visit, the German says Pech. Which, I'm sorry, I don't know how to bring it in English, because I'm beaten between English and German now. But it's like, we call it unfortunate, or fortunate or unfortunate.
Like that.
Yeah, fortunate or unfortunate. I had a little accident. I slipped and fell, and I had this hand broken. And when the time for me to come back, the hand was still in POP. And even that is a big miracle, because according to the doctors, they said the hand must be operated and they have to put iron in it before I can even hold a pen to write something. So they fixed the first POP and gave me, was it 3 weeks to come back, and then they will control it, and then from there they will be arranging for the operation. But when the date came for me to go, the doctor who was handling me went on leave, and he left his assistant to take care of me. And at the end of the time, this man did not even go to the file. He just opened this thing and then asked his assistant to take me to the X-ray. So they brought the result, and when they brought the X-ray result, he opened now their system to see what should be done to me. And then she looked at my face and looked at his document again, and she told me, he's seen another thing on the X-ray report and what is fixed on their system. But on so date, I was to be operated and iron must be put in my hand. But it's like he has seen a natural healing occurring in the hand. So that was how he refused to make the operation, and then gave me another 3 weeks to go back. And that was how he was multiplying the weeks. And then finally, the more he multiplies it, is the more that my in-law went to the foreign office to prolong my days, because my days were now over. So that was what kept me a little here until 9 to 10 months. Almost 10 months, yeah. And the Lord miraculously healed this hand without the operation.
Wow. So after the time you were supposed to return back to Germany or to Ghana, sorry, how was the process like?
That one, I don't know what I should tell you. Because now more or less I'm a German. One way or the other, it's a shame to my country Germany, if I will put it. Because the last foreign office we visited, they gave me extra 3 months to complete whatever remaining, but then they removed the POP, but there was not much strength here. I was going to therapy for further improvement. And the very day we returned from the foreign office, my in-law said we should take a little rest, then we will search for lunch. That was around 11 something. And then a bell rang. I went to open the door, and lo and behold, 4 men entered, not knowing they are criminal police. And according to what they were saying, my days of this, somebody reported that my days of staying here has expired. I was to stay only for the highest 3 months, and I'm still living here, so they should bring me to their office.
Wow.
And my in-law told them, no, we are just coming from the foreign office. She took the file and my passport and everything and showed it to them. They spoke to their boss at their office, and at the end, one of them said, the boss said, despite every evidence, still they should bring me. He want to see me. So my in-law said, okay, then she will go with them because they have a big bus. They refuse. He said he should take his own means to visit me. I mean, follow me, because they were taking me to the nearest police station, which was just under 1 kilometer.
Not to the immigration office, but to the police station.
Yeah, to the police station, which was very near to us. That was where they told him they were taking me to. But lo and behold, they didn't do that. They took me far away to the Copernic, very deep east.
Prison or?
At when we got there, the man handed me to one lady. And the lady was telling me that, first of all, she asked me to remove my hair. I tied my hair, I plaited the hair, and I've tied with a band. He said I should remove the band and give it to her. I look at her, I say, why? He said, yeah, that is their law. I should remove it. And I removed it, I gave it to her. And then I saw her with another dress, like prisoner's dress. And she asked me to remove my dress, change into this. And I asked her, meanwhile, how I even got there and which side I am, I didn't even know. So I just, Holy Ghost just prompted me to question this woman. And by then, I have never stepped in the Deutsch school. There I saw the power of the Holy Spirit. Because the lady too, she was speaking broken English, mixing with Deutsch a lot. But most of the time she was doing signs to tell me to this. So before I realized, I just turned and asked her, Warum? And then she sat up. If I say she was standing in front of me, but I mean she got herself alert. And I asked her, Warum? Wozu? Where's that? I don't even know where they came from.
Wow.
Holy Ghost just put it in my mouth. I started questioning her in Deutsch. And then I told her that, does you know something? Before I remove my dress and give it to her, I've stayed in this land almost 9 years. It's 9 months, sorry. But never a day am I illegal here. All this why, because of the broken hand I had, my in-law had been renewing my visa here and there. So before I remove my dress and give it to her and take what she wants to give to me, she should please give me her particulars, her name and her telephone number, and give me the phone. I want to call my embassy. When I said that, the woman went back a little, and then she told me I should stop. So she I shouldn't remove my dress.
Okay.
Yeah. So she took me to another very small room with a bench, and I sat there. I didn't even know it was night. They brought me some dry bread to take. I told them I'm not hungry. So, not knowing we were almost in the night, day broke, I didn't even know. Because the way they arranged, it's just, and I'm sure it's a prison. Because from one door to another, until finally, one man came out, and then she asked me, she was speaking very good English. And then he asked me my case with the file in his hand. And I narrated everything to him. So he just took the file, opened it, and told me, she's not seeing anything on my passport.
That should make you be there.
Yes. And then she turned to the other part of it. Normally, that's my in-law. She's a Judist, so I think she knows very much about their law. Ever before my visa will expire, 3 days to the time, she would take me to their office, the foreign office, and renew it for me. So the man just told me that, even the other visa before, she told me plain, one page is missing in your passport, which means the man who brought me to the lady to imprison me, she tore that, she tore that page which had the 3-month visa and handed me as illegal person to them. So at the end of the time, he told me that even the visa prior to the page which was torn, I still have more than 10 hours, which means since they took me, I spent almost 2.5 days.
Wow.
I didn't even know.
Wow.
Yes, from one prison to another.
Wow.
And my in-law, come and look at this lady. She was so much disturbed because she didn't know where I was, and everybody was disturbed. So finally, the man told me that she would be very plain to me. Those who came to pick me, the area where I am is Copenhagen, the deepest part of the East. And those Eastern people, they hate foreigners, especially the blacks. And the man who sent him to come to me is their overall boss. Wow. He told me he knew them very well. He knew this man very well. If I have the right to say no, he brought documents for me to sign to go as a deportee. And I have the right to refuse because according to what I am telling him, I have not offended their law, and they don't have any right to deport me as a deportee. So if I say no, he will take me back to the prison, and he can keep me there for the least is 3 months. I can stay there for 3 solid months. After the 3 months, he will call my case at their high court, and then if I get somebody to defend me, they will release me to go. So the only way, he said he knew some people, they have spent more than 6 months in that prison.
Wow.
And even at the court where there was no witness to stand for them, because nobody knew where they are, just like me. Nobody knew where I are. So who will be at the court to be your witness?
Exactly.
So she said at the end of the day, those who didn't get any witness over there, they forced them, they handcuffed them, and they put them in the plane and sent them to wherever they came from. So far as they had a little hint that this is where you are coming from, that is what they will do to you. This is what the man told me. So she told me that, well, my case, I have a case, but who will defend me? And their boss is a boss. None of them can go behind him if they want to maintain their job. This is what the man told me. So the only advice he can give me is that since I still have some few hours on my visa, I can travel on my own. So he will take my name out of the deported list, bring me my passport, and take my ticket also. They said they bought a ticket and everything already. So the place I was is the last stop from there to join the deportees to Ghana.
Wow.
Not only Ghana. They said there are a lot. They are Nigerian, but the plane that they have organized will pass from place to place to drop people at their various places. Yeah.
So they had the intention of sending you there.
Yes.
Wow.
So finally, I told him, okay, And I asked him that, but I was here as a guest to my in-law. And for all, it is he who is telling me I didn't spend 2 days, I didn't even know. I'm sure this woman will not sleep, she will not eat. How can she know? And how can my people even in Ghana know that I'm coming for them to receive me?
Yeah.
She told me, she asked me, do I have their any number? Meanwhile, you people just asked me to follow you. When they came to our room, they didn't allow me to do anything.
Oh.
I came from the foreign office with a very thick winter dress. Those days, the winter is very thick, not like these days, the what we are seeing. And my boots, everything just like that. Because the moment we entered, my in-law went to a room to rest, and I went into my room too. I said, the cold was much, so let it get out of my fingers a little, then I start undoing myself, and then they bail. So the way I dressed from the foreign office with that thick winter dress, they did the way they came. Even when I want to wee, they said no. I said, how? You wanted to wee on myself? And my in-law started shouting on them. These people asked my in-law, where is the toilet? They showed, she showed them. The man opened and see whether it's a real toilet, and he checked around whether there is a place where I can pass to run. Before he allowed me
you
to go to the toilet, and they stood at the door of the toilet waiting for me. Along the line, by then I was also in my menses. Can you imagine? So I was a little
uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable. Number two, I was just thinking of the whole show. So it's like I kept a little long. Could you believe the man opened the door to check what I was doing there?
Oh.
I was really, that's why I said I don't know what I would do, because it's a big shame.
Oh.
So when she opened it small and I opened it big, and I asked him,
yes,
what do you want to see?
Yes.
You want to spy here? Come and look at it.